Well, listen, guys, I hope you all enjoyed that motivational moment. I am here at Spill Coffee Company. I am joined by Tori and Amber. And these ladies are definitely here to talk about fearless motivation with me. First of all, let's talk about the ambiance in the room, okay? Listen, this is Wilmington, North Carolina's very first vintage style cafe. And let me tell you, the lattes are so therapeutic, honey. They are to die for. They will definitely give you something for the soul, okay? I'm drinking mine now. You can have some. You can only have some if you come.
Only good for your soul.
It's definitely good for your soul, okay? So these ladies are joining me today because I want to talk about fearless motivation and what that means to them. And then hopefully their story can resonate with you because we're all people just trying to help people, right? All right, so my sweets, listen. Either Tori or Amber is going to go first. I don't know. But I'm going to ask them a series of questions, and they are going to give me some feedback about, what motivates them, what keeps them moving, what gives them the drive, what gives them what gave them the mitigated gall to start this beautiful cafe that is not like anybody else's. Let me tell you this. You've got to visit, okay? The address will be on the actual podcast, but you ladies, tell my audience the address. Tell them a little bit about Spill, and then we'll go into our questions. How about that?
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you go, Amber.
So we're located 1207 South Kerr Avenue, Unit 1, right in smack middle of central Wilmington, right by the university, off of College and Kerr. Our neighbors are Buffmaster's Car Wash, and then we've got Las Portales, Jade Monkey, Smoke Rings, and us. So yeah,
See us.
that's us.
Come and see us.
Come and see them, okay? And let them know that Jonesy Sweet said, hey, we saw a podcast.
That's
we saw
right.
it. So make sure when you come in and say, hey, Jonesy Sweet said come and by and see us. Okay, ladies, so let's talk about it for a second. Fearless motivation, when you hear that, what does that mean to you, ladies? I'm gonna let you go next because she went first.
Oh.
She broke the ice.
Yeah, fearless motivation for us is just doing it. We have an idea, any idea, and not in a bad way, but when we think about it, we just do it. And we don't think anything else than it's going to work, and we can't wait for people to see it. And so many people come up to us and are like, oh, we have ideas, or we want to start a business, but we're afraid, or we don't know how or what to do.
Yeah.
And we always say, just do it, or try, or look into it, because you never know. Like, you just have to just go for it.
You don't. And then somebody might walk into your coffee shop and, say, hey, listen, I love this. Can you be on the podcast?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Exactly.
I just happened to catch you guys just on a whim. And I was like, how come I've never seen this?
I love
I don't understand.
that, yeah.
I think the great thing about you guys that I want to ask really quickly, that mural with the lips, first of all, that stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, I really got to take a selfie with this, right?
Yeah.
So what made you guys want to put that mural out there?
Actually, I'll let Amber, Oh, this is
So we wanted to bring, on top of having the aesthetic inside, we wanted the aesthetic outside.
Okay.
So that way you would be able, knowing, driving by, that you would see and be like, that's Spill.
Yeah.
Or not even knowing what we are, that would tempt you to want to, pull into the parking lot and be like, what is going on in there?
Okay.
And for the little lips, we just wanted to come up with something pink and fun and a different type of mural that Wilmington doesn't have.
Yeah.
That's true. So every Valentine's Day, how many people just stop by and take pictures?
Oh, yeah.
I will say that February, we've only been in the shop,
last
February was our first Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But I will say for the whole month of February, we were slammed because everyone was just coming to take pics on the lip wall, come get the pink coffee.
Advertising for their businesses for the Valentine's season.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get down to the meat and potato of the conversation, okay? So what made you guys say, you know what? I'm going to create a wonderful aesthetic cafe where people of all nationalities will come in and say, this is a place I want to have some coffee. I want to do something different.
Yeah.
I want to be the standard of Wilmington and coffee. What made you guys just say, you know what? I'm going to shut up and I'm going to do what I need to do. What made you guys want to do that? You look like you want to say it first.
we just get excited about
Yeah.
this. I think both of us feel really passionate about that
Yeah.
part of the question. I think I'll like fast forward the community part of how everyone feels welcomed here. That kind of came along with it. That
Okay.
was definitely, we were just thinking, let's provide Wilmington with something it doesn't have.
Yes.
And Amber grew up in California. I lived out there for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And just like the different ideas and coffee shops and inspiration are all out there.
Yeah.
And when we met each other, we would go around and we would just talk about the things that we missed or we liked here and liked there. The ideas just started flowing. And we thought nothing else than, what if we created all of the missing links that we feel the town needs?
Yeah.
So we started collecting the information and following through. We were going to consider roasting at
Okay.
first. We were trying to get in at the
Ooh.
farmers markets. Turns out that like a truck bed landed in our laps, and we're like, this would be really awesome to turn into a mobile coffee cart.
Yeah.
Because that is also offered out in California.
Yeah. Especially in like a lot of big corporations. So if you want to go and grab a cup of coffee that's a little bit different versus just your regular decaf, non-decaf, and everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. Especially when corporate America, I've seen it so many different times.
We actually have a couple
Yeah.
of the corporate businesses in Wilmington. We have popped up before COVID. We'd pop up in their parking lots. Different days were allocated to different businesses, and we provided the corporate employees spill coffee.
See? What do you have to say about it, Amber?
I mean, yeah, that was the thing at that time. We wanted to run with the truck and like pause roasting because at that time there weren't really a lot of coffee trucks or mobile coffee carts in town,
Yeah.
especially like a cool 1970s, Chevy truck bed.
Yeah.
And then, when it came to like choosing the color scheme, like we wanted to be different than all the other coffee shops in town because a lot of the
Makes sense.
coffee shops in town are, very neutral colors, black and white. And we wanted to be like, let's do something like fun, something that will like
Bold, yeah.
pop. So that's
Oh,
why we chose like pink.
I love it.
Yeah, pink, all pink everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
right here.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. When you think about the competitors, right? Because, it's okay to say, just get out there and do it, just get out and do it. But what made you say, listen, we've got to set the standard and be different from other coffee shops when you have so many competitors like Starbucks and Port City Java? What made you continue? What motivated you to decide, hey, listen, we're still going to do this. We're going to stand out and we're going to be awesome and thriving. What motivated you guys?
I think each other the
Yeah.
most.
Each other, and then same thing, kind of just like going, like being in California, living there, knowing the coffee scene out there, and like kind of what Wilmington was missing from that coffee scene.
Okay.
And kind of that's where we're like, okay, we want to, at the end of the day, the coffee shops in town are great, and we
Yeah.
want to just kind of do our own and just
Yeah.
like instead of the consistency, and then on top of that, like bring the health benefit factor into the
Okay.
coffee scene because that really
Absolutely.
wasn't known here.
Yeah.
And that's where, again, that was choosing that to kind of set us apart as well, as long with our color scheme and our vibe from the other coffee shops.
Awesome. Okay, so when it comes to Spill, in the future, where do you guys see Spill going? Do you guys want to keep the brand, or do you want to make it a franchise? It's a franchise brand? Because that's in. Because there's a lot of course, you got Starbucks. But aside from Starbucks, where do you guys see Spill going? In 5 years, 10 years, where do you guys see Spill going?
I mean, we do want to roast. That was, like I
Okay.
said, that was the original game. The original thing that we wanted to do was learn how to roast.
Okay.
And then, like I said, the truck kind of fell into our lap, so we kind of ran with that and paused roasting. But no, we eventually would love to learn how to roast and have a roaster in this building. And then from there, we can hopefully other coffee shops want to use our roast.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, try to open up a couple more spills.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
in
Yeah.
North Carolina or in other states
Well,
along the East Coast.
I don't know if you guys know it, but if you did it here in Wilmington, this small town, you guys can do it anywhere. I would love to see you in Charlotte. I would love to see you in Asheville. I would love to see you in the RTP area.
Yeah.
I would love to see you guys in Atlanta. I've never, and listen, and Atlanta has a lot of aesthetic different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's home. But I would love to see you guys there. I know you guys would be thriving and booming. Let me ask you this. What would you say to other young or older entrepreneurs who feel as though the market is saturated? Because you guys are in a saturated market. Let's just be honest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot
Even
of
though
coffee
this
shops
is a
in
small
town.
town and they're not like really thinking on the level that you guys are in a saturated market. What would you say to those folks who want to step out on faith, want to pursue their dreams and their goals? What would you say to them, aside from just do it? Because, I mean, we could just do it, but people have done it and it's failed. What would you say to them?
Really think about what the community is lacking.
Okay.
I think when it comes to a saturated market, if you have an idea that you see would stand out. So if you have an idea and there's 5 other ideas that are similar, how can you make it different? How can you draw the crowd to make you stand out among whatever saturated business you're coming up with? And start out small. That was probably our greatest achievement, was to start off as a mobile coffee cart. We didn't have an overhead of a building. We didn't go in not knowing that who's going to come, how are we going to get the people in. We brought Spill to the people.
Okay.
So when we opened up our brick and mortar, the people then came to Spill.
Yeah.
So if you have a business idea that you can start off out of your house or mobile or a vendor there's a lot of markets in Wilmington that support like artisans and artists and craft makers. If you can start out smaller, build up your following, build up your support, and then expand, that is the best way to remain successful and achieve the goal that you need to.
Yeah,
I think Amber would agree.
Definitely,
definitely true.
And it's all about not self-sabotaging your mind. You know, that you just know that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And go for it. And hey, if it doesn't succeed, at least you can say you tried.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't go for it, then you're just sitting there like, okay, well, then you never know.
Right.
If you would have succeeded or not, you know?
Because it's better to have a dream and then pursue it than to never, ever pursue the dream and wish you had.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, this is the thing. I knew you guys would be fabulous for the podcast. Okay?
Yes.
Guys, listen. I hope that their information really resonated with you, because these are 2 young ladies who are doing it. They started off small. They now have the brick and mortar, and they still have a goal and a dream. So it's okay to start small, dream big, and continue to progress. Because every day and every way, you know, the level of success is progression, not perfection, but progression.
That's right.
Yeah.
So my sweets, listen, you guys need to follow me. You know my Instagram handles. You know my Facebook handles. It's Jonesy Sweet. That's JONSEYSWEET. And follow, go on my website, www.jonesysweets.com. I'm going to let these ladies tell you about their handles, and you guys know where to find them. So you need to come in today and get your coffee.
That's right.
So you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram is at Spill Coffee Co. Facebook is Spill Coffee Co.
And the website, spillcoffeeco.com.
Spill Coffee Co. Thank you, ladies, so much for agreeing to doing this show.
Thank you for having us.
You are so welcome.
really
You guys
grateful.
have been fantastic. Thank you so much. And my sweets, remember, don't ever forget to be authentically you, because nobody else can do what you do. See you later, my sweets.